Hey everyone, during this video of ours we will discuss about a very simple test that we can also perform at home, that is the Amsler grid. Well, Amsler grid was developed by a Swiss ophthalmologist. His name is Mark Amsler, and this test is very easy to perform, but there are just certain things we need to keep in mind while we are doing this test. Before we go into the procedure of the test, there are one or two terms that we need to be in par with. The first term is metamorphopsia. Well, in simple words, metamorphopsia means any distorted line or a wavy line that we see in our visual field. Many of us might think as to what is the cause of metamorphopsia or the wavy distorted lines that we see in our visual field. Well, there is an hypothesis which says that the epiretinal membrane thickening of the inner nuclear layer of the retina, it lowers the sensitivity of photoreceptors and metamorphopsia is caused. So this is the reason. And we can also detect few things like central scotoma. Now when we are using this chart at home, there are a few things we need to keep them in mind, and these are really important. The first thing is the patient has to wear his or her full correction, and especially if the patient has a near correction. So this test is done wearing our spectacle correction or contact lenses, whatever we are wearing. The second thing is the pupils must not be dilated while performing the test. That is, it should be performed in a well lighted condition. One most important thing about the Amsler grid testing is if you place the chart at a distance of 33 cm from yours, only then it can detect around 20-degree visual field. So if you're placing the chart at a distance further than it or nearer from it, then the chart will fail to detect changes in the central visual field or along a particular meridian, or if there is any metamorphopsia present. So when we perform the test, we perform it monocularly. I said that before. We will do it one by one for both the eyes. So we will ask the patient to look at the central dot that is present in chart 1, and we will ask the patient questions like whether the patient is able to view all the 4 quadrants at a time looking at the central dot. Is the patient missing any area of the chart? Or we will ask the patient whether any line appears wavy or any metamorphopsia, which we refer to it as. So these are the ways we can perform this test. And this test is a very simple test, but it can help us diagnose even greater macular diseases like age-related macular degeneration, or whether it is central serous retinopathy or CME. So the Amsler grid is available in 7 different designs. So each of it has its special significance. So just let's have a look at it.
So this is the chart 1. Well, this chart 1 consists of 20 small squares in each side of the grid, and there is the central small dot. We'll ask the patient to look at the central small dot. We'll ask the patient to fixate here, and we will ask him questions like whether all the 4 quadrants of the chart are visible at a time or not. 2. For the patients who do not have central fixation, who cannot fixate at the small dot that was given in chart 1, for them we can use the chart 2. Now there are these 4 diagonal lines placed over the chart to help fixation in an eye with a central scotoma. We will ask the patient to look through the lines and tell us to where the lines are meeting, and we will ask the patient further questions based on that. This is the chart 3. Unlike chart 1 and 2, this chart is slightly different in its color. It has red lines over black background. Now why is it red? Red because it stimulates the long wavelength cones, and this chart is to pick up subtle red desaturation in diseases including bitemporal hemianopia in a pituitary tumor, toxic optic neuropathy and toxic maculopathy. So this is its significance. And it does not have lines over it. It has got small dots over it just spread randomly. Now this chart is used to differentiate scotoma from metamorphopsia, as there is no appreciable form for distortion. Chart 5, and there are square with 21 horizontal lines on black background which are 5 mm apart from each other. Now this chart is specifically used to determine metamorphopsia along a specific meridian. It is especially for patients who find difficulties with reading. 6, it is just the modification of chart number 5, and this chart has black lines on white background just like the other charts. The central lines are closer than the chart 5, helping to evaluate fine metamorphosia for near fixation. And the last chart it is the modification of chart 1. There is a central area with smaller squares, each one subtending 0.5 degree field, small scotoma or area of metamorphosia near the fixation can be demonstrated with this chart.